later.
But if you're counting Moestock.
Okay, Rob, explain the numbers of Moestock to us again.
So the first Moestock was the 12 months after we had the first Moestock was the first anniversary.
When was the first Moestock, Rob?
Was in 2002,
Correct.
right? And it's now 2022.
Right.
So in 2003 was the first anniversary of Moestock, and that was Moestock 2.
Agreed.
In 2004, that was the third Moestock, and that was the second anniversary of the first Moestock. So we are now in the 20th anniversary, and if we had a Moestock every year, this would have been the 21st Moestock. 20th anniversary, Moestock XX. But if we'd had one every year, it would actually be Moestock 21. So both those maths work. And this is, what is it, 1 a.m. and I'm like 8 beers in and a bunch of whiskey.
So you should be drinking a shot.
Quit drink all the tequila, Rob.
Actually, I left the bottle here on the table and it all got consumed. I had about 6 shots out of it, 5 shots out of it maybe, and the rest was all consumed by the lovely ladies who were sitting at this table. Because, you know, not these ladies, other ladies.
They've since
departed. They've since passed out. Look at those balloons. That looks great. Look at that. Look at that.
It really is beautiful here. This is, I would say, hands down the nicest overall location that we've ever had when you consider this room plus the way the cabins are amazing. There's a TV and a couch and a pool table and a shuffleboard table.
Where?
All in our
villas.
Have you not been to the room
Villa
yet?
has a pool table. Ours has a shuffle.
Ours has a pool table, a shuffleboard table. There's hookers and in the back, in the pool. And they're all waiting on me right now. I said, but I got to go hang out with my boys because I don't get to see them.
You shoot pool?
Huh?
You shoot pool? Do you play 8-ball?
Absolutely, I suck, but I'll play. You want to go play now? We can do it.
Not now. Tomorrow. It's 1 o'clock. I've been up a long time. I might have a beer though.
So this is the main hall.
Yeah.
There's a fireplace up over there, and there's a couple big windows. It's really nice and cool in here. It wasn't miserably hot today at all. Look at the size of this TV on the wall. I'm not quite sure what. This place is fantastic.
There are apparently 40 something guitars in this room.
Oh, crap. Whoa! I just turned it around to go away.
So this is Jeff Wells' really nice ES335 studio. I don't really know why it's so great, but it plays great, beautifully. Lots of presence. So that's a pretty cool guitar. There is a, what are the other ones along here that are really, oh, this is, of course, TJ's Philip Kubicki bass.
That's what Andy played for a long time, was a Spectre. No, he played a Spectre, not a Factory.
And it has the extended thing so you can drop down to D on the low note. It's such a great bass.
That is so awesome.
And it's so comfortable, and it's got concentric knobs. No one knows what they do. Not even the people who made it, they don't know what they do either. But it's nice because concentric knobs is just fun to say. Concentric knob. Hey, baby. This is Tim's restored 1940 Epiphone Zephyr. Look at the flame on this thing. You think that flame is like a modern Les Paul thing? In the 1940s, they still cared about what guitars look like. Isn't that a beautiful thing?
That's amazing.
And a Zephyr was like a classic jazz guitar, right, in the 40s and 50s. And Epiphone and Gibson were competitors then. And then we have all these fine guitars made by Rock Beach, which I think we should probably do a separate video on.
Sure.
But of all of them, this one, how do you undo these?
It's magic. It's FM, Rob.
Oh, I get it. Okay, you pull this snap out. This one intrigues me the most. This guy, it's kind of Stratty, but it's not. It's got a really cool looking maple neck. It feels comfortable. I'm looking forward to playing this tomorrow. If it had a floating trim, I'd be happier.
It's too thin a body to be able to even fit a
So
trim.
make a thicker body.
Then it wouldn't be the same guitar,
Give
Rob.
me the same guitar. It's light. It weighs about what, 6 pounds?
I can weigh it for you if you want.
You don't have to weigh.
It's about, it's a little less than 6, I think.
So all of all these, this is the one that floats my boat the most.
It's not in there, right, man?
Right here.
The butt isn't even close to. There you go.
And here we have this is a Luke 1. This belongs to Mark. This it used to have EMGs in it, but this is apparently a Seymour Duncan transition pickup, which is the one that was designed for Steve Lukather itself. So this is.
Is that the same tremolo you have on yours?
No, similar, but not.
So he took EMGs out and put those in?
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah. And it doesn't. I'm not sure it has all the same.
What does yours have in it?
Mine's got.
Duncan's or?
No, they're Music Man. They're custom.
Oh yeah.
Like, thing. But look at that. Look at the bird's eye. You still shooting?
Hmm.
Look at that neck. Beautiful. These are and it's got the same small like
That's what yours feels like?
yeah. So like, you know what I mean? All this shit. You know, like when you look at video footage of Jimi Hendrix and you think about how huge his fingers are on the neck, you feel that way when you play this. You feel like your fingers can go everywhere. Which is
Dude,
what I
had
told
crazy long fingers,
that's what
man.
I told my wife when I first met her. My fingers can go everywhere.
Did-
what else we got that's interesting? What is this? What's that? This is
Hey, you're banging guitars together, man.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
I said, there you go again, banging guitars
No,
together.
that's just, I didn't hit the guitars together.
You did too.
I did not. Play the video back.
Okay. We have it on video, dude, both times.
We have, these are all cool. Here's a really cool double cut Les Paul that Brian brought. I like this. Look at that flame. Nice. It's like a cherry kind of finish. It's got a little. The nice thing about this, it's got that little knot there. So if he ever gets famous, and then this guitar gets stolen, people will be able to know from the little. You know what I mean?
I do. It has its own character. The one you missed that I really like is, I'm not sure who owns it, is this red Fender Telecaster with two humbuckers, and it's a hardtail without the telly hardtail, which I don't really care much for. That's the type of hardtail I like. That is a sweet guitar. I would own that in a heartbeat.
It's quite a shallow neck. This is not a traditional telly. This is a funky kind of telly.
Imagine that.
It's light. I like it. These are Duncans in it, obviously.
It's probably a JB and that
And
set
a
they
maple cap.
always use.
See the maple, the flame? Yeah, it's nice. Where's it made? Is there a made in somewhere?
Fenderville.
Can you see what that says? Made in Korea. It's Korean. Really? So this is from South Korea?
Are you telling us or are you asking us?
No, I'm telling you, it's not from North Korea. it's not a.
It's not ticking.
It's not evil. Somewhere here there's a PV.
There's a T60 right behind you.
Here?
Directly behind
Oh yeah. So here's something I learned today about PVT60s. You probably didn't know this. This is probably the most insanely carefully thought through electronics on any guitar ever made. So what happens is, it's with the tone controls. So you notice two humbucking pickups. And humbuckers are darker than single coil pickups. So what happens with this is, if you turn the tone control up past about 70%, it switches over from humbucking to single coil. Right? So tone control is all the way open, it's just single coil, and then if you back it off a bit, it kicks in the second coil. And there's a bit of a bump in volume, but there's that roundness and sound that happens. So you can, instead of having to fuck around, sorry, ladies, mess around with micro switches, you can just back off the tone control a bit. This,
I don't know, it sounds kind of fun.
Damn, see.
what
Damn,
this
TJ.
does, what this does is out of phase. No one uses out of phase anymore. That was kind of the thing that people thought was cool in the like 80s, I guess.
All
I started playing.
my first two guitars,
Had out of
Washburns,
phase?
had phase switches
And
on.
no one gives a shit about that because
I would listen and go, I really can't hear that much difference.
no, it's a big difference. It's a big difference. It's like this sort of nasal, snotty kind of sound that comes out.
Well, I mean, it didn't make it better. I guess I should have said
So,
that.
so PVT-60s are legendary for being very heavy, but what I learned from talking to Brian today was that the painted, the natural color T60s like this base over here are made of ash, and they're heavy. But this is made of
Poplar, I think.
poplar, and it's quite light. Like it's, feels about the same. It feels about maybe 7.5, 8 pounds. It's quite a comfortable, versatile guitar. I wish it had a bar on it again. That's about all. I mean, we got lots of amps. We got that Super there, which I told Brian if he ever wants to sell, I'll buy it. That is a Super with 2 10s in it. So basically what he did is he made it into a Vibrolux. So that's half of the Super. To the left is that PV, what is the model called?
Is it-
again?
Looks like it says triple.
Triple. And he said it's massively overrated. Notice he added the little sexy thing on the bottom left.
From the back of someone's truck.
That's Boxy's Bugera, and on top of that is an amp he made out of a Heathkit thing, right?
Yeah.
And then that Ampeg, I think that also belongs to Brian, and that's
Casper's, right?
that's
Yeah.
Casper's Mesa Lone Star,
Right.
which are amps that I almost love. I like them. I almost love them, but there's something about the way they break up that just doesn't float my boat. That Marshall sounded great when Bob Ingram was playing a casino through it today. It had a nice kind of snotty, crisp clarity to it. That's actually a Sun bass amp, 60 watts, into a Marshall 212 cabinet that has.
A crash out.
I was gonna
Special?
say, what the hell is that?
And that Vox is an actual AC30, so that's the amp that Brian May made famous, and of course several Beatles played. That's about all there is. Hard key bass amp with a, looks like a, I don't know what the head is on it.
I think it's GK head.
And they have a Yamaha Moestock XX8.
Oh, and then we've got some interesting acoustics here.
That must be
So,
Mr. Spain's instrument.
so somewhere over here is this Martin. Where is it?
I don't know.
Oh, here it is.
There is a. What this is?
Check this puppy out. This is a Aura Martin Dreadnought.
It's pretty.
It's pretty. It's got this. What do you call these things again? Little
A volute.
a lute.
A volute.
A volute. It's got a volute. And look at the inlays on the neck. They're very unusual.
Oh, I haven't seen those before.
It's a very. Here, take this PV away from me.
Yeah.
It's a.
Who
really
owns the
nice-
Martin?
Pardon?
Who owns the Martin?
It's got a really nice. It's got sort of a classic kind of dreadnought sound. It's got lots of lows and lots of highs. It's a very difficult to record kind of acoustic sound. It sounds great when you're in with it.
It's really pretty. He's riding the peace train over there. Did you hear that?
There are two other really interesting acoustics here. There's
There you go, bang guitars together again.
Just touching it.
We have it on film.
And then here we have, this is Casper's new Gibson, what's this called again?
J45
It's a J45
Acoustic guitar.
Studio.
Studio.
There you go.
And it needs to get played. We didn't play it much tonight, did we? Nobody played it. It needs to get broken in.
Yep.
That's really pretty too. I don't know. As far as just straight up looks, that one's almost got the Martin beat. It's really nice.
But it feels stiff. Like
Does
the
it?
bottom end doesn't bloom the way that Martin does. Actually, there's four really cool acoustics here. There's this this one here. This was made by
That's a cicada, isn't it?
yeah. So Rock Beach is a really fine guitar maker out of Rochester, New York. And what's impressive about this is two things. Number one is how comfortable it is to play. Number two is how much it projects. Because it's probably pretty loud for you, is it not?
It looked like you were off by a fret. I thought that was funny. Oh, I'll tell you a trick that's funny to do while you're playing for
Off by
someone.
a fret?
What? Yeah, but instead of just doing that, make it a little more animated. Grab a D chord, fret low, hit it, then reach over and smack your guitar on the butt so it pushes it up. But yeah, but give it a little smack. Just one of my buddies. Exactly.
The other cool acoustic that's here, if I can find it, is this that guild.
No, that's back here in the case.
That's in a case.
All right, he put the guitar back and they didn't touch that time. Did you see that?
Oh, this is cool too. This is from 19 what?
About 1920.
1920, non-on-string powder guitar. This is actually the guitar that Jimmy Page recorded Stairway to Heaven on.
I'm pretty sure it was Hendrix who recorded on that guitar.
So, here, just take one hand and feel how thick that neck is and the shape and profile of that neck. And play it for a while.
This feels really similar to the Strandberg if you took and just sliced a slice off this so it comes down. It feels like the side of a hexagon. It's really weird.
I would say that's one of the 3 or 4 more impressive non-on-string guitars I've ever played. What do you think? In terms of just playability and just how good it feels to play it. What do you think? Still a little out of tune.
It's out of tune. It drives me crazy. Any idea how to turn this thing on?
This is a Snark. This segment brought to you by Snark Tuners.
Oh no, this isn't a snark. This is something else. I can't see it. You're not helping.
Let's get a funky's eye view.
I can't see it either. You know what? One thing most people don't understand about when you're tuning, there's a few things you have to think about. Number one, and that is always tune up to the pitch, so you're stretching the tune until it hits the 0 point. And if
The biggest mistake that people make when they
if you go
tune.
past the 0 point and you tune it sharp, you can't simply just
Yeah, you got to take it down.
release tension until it's in tune, because as
No,
soon
no.
as you hit the chord,
You got to take it down at least to semitone, probably more. On wound strings, I always go a full tone below and pull it up. Don't you? On wound
yes,
strings?
we agree on that.
And on unwound strings, maybe a semitone at least.
And it's really important that when you're tuning a string, you twist the right machine head,
Yeah.
because if you don't,
Then it doesn't
nothing
work.
changes. It just sticks.
Except the string that goes all fuck up.
Yeah, totally jacks up the whole.
Sorry, I'm totally messing up your video here because I keep zooming in.
Cameraman, Rob?
I'm doing a job because I can't. Oh, there we go. I don't understand your zoom works.
Another thing you need to understand, these are two other things a lot of people don't know. Number one, you want the immediate attack of the string as it hits the tuner, because that's what you're hearing when a chord is hit. You
Yeah.
don't want to wait and see where it settles during.
Yeah.
You've got an envelope of the sound. You've got
Yeah.
attack, decay, sustain, and release.
Yep.
You want to get the attack. That's what you want to judge if a string is in tune,
And
based
if-
on its immediate
And if
attack.
you're really a hard, aggressive player, you want to tune your guitar a little bit flat.
Because what happens is when you hit a string, it doesn't just vibrate up and down, it goes in a circle.
Yeah.
And when it goes in a circle, if you hit it really hard, what you're gonna do is make that circle movement so large that the string actually stretches. And I can demonstrate that right here, Rob, check it out. Go back to the bird's eye view of the tuner real quick, and we'll show these guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so
Can't see it. It's for some reason it's not picking
if
it
you
up.
touch that, it'll focus right
Okay,
here.
good.
But somehow, okay, no, that's perfect. All right, yeah. All right, so check it out. I've got an A here. It's a perfect A. If I hit it real hard, watch what happens.
It goes way sharp. Yeah.
Well, it's not reacting.
You're just gonna have to believe me.
But it does. It goes really
does,
sharp
it
because
does.
the string is.
Don't distrust us because we're drunk. Just believe it's
I'm
true.
not drunk.
Just play. Oh, I am. No,
You're not
try-
drunk, Rob.
I'm totally.
Alcohol has no effect
no,
on you, buddy.
no.
You're Superman, remember?
I'm Superman. It's a nice guitar, eh?
Yes, it's beautiful.
I enjoyed playing it a lot last night. So, dude, that guitar is 100 years old.
Playing a 100-year-old guitar right now. That's very nice. Beautiful restoration job, DJ.
So the other acoustic you should check out is this Guild over here from 1970. So let's just show this guitar. This is a 1970 Guild Dreadnought. What's the model number, Tim?
D55.
D55. Beautiful, again, beautifully restored. Really nice inlays.